Hi guys, doing another video on this Once Upon a Time junk journal. I'm late doing the video and posting, so no time like the present. As you can see, it says Once Upon a Time on the front cover, and it is based on the Once Upon a Time series, what has been on. I haven't watched the series. I've only watched probably 4 episodes. I don't really get time to watch much telly with me working and stuff. So I tried to watch a few episodes, and then I did a lot of Googling and a lot of reading up about the programme. This is a custom order for a young girl who has watched the series. So I'll get straight into it. I've used an elasticy piece of like a fabric, quite stretchy, so when the journal starts getting full it will stretch with the journal over time. And when I made this journal, I used fabric all the way around it, and then I painted on top of the fabric in this brown colour, which gives it a bit of a... I was going to go for a leather effect, which gives it like these creases, but I knew that I was going to be doing something like this, and I thought if I'm freehanding and drawing, if there's creases in it, then it's going to make it look a bit weird. So I stuck to it being just plain. So we've got a key, because apparently the evil queen, the journal is based on the baddies in Once Upon a Time. So it's mostly about the evil queen and Rumpelstiltskin. And from what I've heard, she has a key. She carries a key with her for a vault or something. Like I said, I've never seen the whole entire series, so I'm just going off what I've heard. So this is a key to represent that. And then I've added some sorry silk, just to blend in with the brown. And then I freehand drew this, which I'm really happy how it turned out. And then I used gold acrylic paint to paint once I'd done it, and then I added this little it was a brooch, and I just liked how it looked a bit different. And then I've used this as like a handle to open the journal, and then just added 2 corner metal plates. So I'll jump straight in. I've had to put some hot glue, because when I added this on I had to screw it on, and then it was a bit they were sticking out, and I didn't want the person who was receiving this journal to cut themselves. So I've just put some hot glue to stop it from them hurting themselves. And then my new in thing at the moment, which I'm enjoying, is this what's it called? Embossing. I've done quite a lot of embossing in this journal, a lot of different types of dyed papers, different colours, which you'll see. And then don't worry, some of these pages are like ripped like this. It's supposed to look like ripped. So I've got a belly band here with a few journaling cards, and then I just put my card in and I wrote on the back, which I've started doing, and that's embossed. So I'll just turn the camera down. There we go. So it's flat, lying flat. So I googled as well some of the quotes on what these baddies used throughout the series. So I've added a few. I've used my old vintage typewriter and added quite a few quotes in. And then this tree, which is embossed, what I used. I know she has an apple tree, so I thought that was kind of irrelevant to the series. And then I've just used different types of Tim Holtz distressing inks to make it look older. And this is when I was saying I've used some spray, metallic sprays, which I've done throughout the journal, and I've ripped the pages to make it look old, and then I've done some stenciling, and then again tea dyed and coffee dyed papers, some stamping, and then I've used some sorry silk and then just some lace over the top of that. Just got journaling cards with castles on, and I think it's a witch symbol. Top pocket up there, and then it's a pocket here, and I've just shoved in a tea dyed A4 paper, and then I've gone around the edges with Tim Holtz distressing ink and some more sorry silk on the vintage music paper. And then we've got the Once Upon a Time journaling card and a glassing bag. And then this is the Evil Witch journaling card. And then just some more journaling cards with lines on. And then another emboss, and it reminded me of the mirror in the actual the film. Is it Snow White? And then we have an envelope, and we've got a card inside that, a journaling card, and at the back of the envelope we have another tuck pocket with another journaling card. And then this is the centre of the first signature, and there's two pockets there. These can be taken out and you can put obviously whatever you want in the centre of that. And then this is another journaling card where I've made, there's about 3 or 4 of these in this journal, and I've used black embossing powder and then just used scraps of different types of lace and different types of fabric that I've got, and I've sewn them all on with buttons. So there's a few of them throughout the journal, and then done my own ruffle. If I can do that. And I just fell off on that side, and that's the Evil Queen, and she likes to give people red apples off an apple tree. I will get, when I get time, I will try and get through the series. It does look quite good. And then these are the put-up pockets with journaling cards, and then just some what I've printed on tea dye paper, and it's perfect to journal and then hide it under there. I think this one's a little bit stuck with the glue, I'll try that after. And then we have some lace. And then we've got Rumpelstiltskin, and I've sewn on the back of tea dye paper, and just a bit of ephemera what I've added in. That can be stuck in on a page as a pocket. You can glue down both and then have a tuck pocket, and then just flip that out and journal on that. Or you can put pictures in and then tie it round with some lace or string. I've got vintage music paper again, and then this is the side of the other pocket what I made. Same again, just some tea-dyed paper to journal on, and these pockets are quite good to put anything in you want. And then another journaling card what I've made. I've used the metallic spray and some stamping, and then just stitched on some sorry silk. Again, this is embossing. If you can see, this is like a bronzy embossing, and it's just an envelope with matching coloured paper, which is just blank to journal on. And then we have another belly band pocket with a journaling card, and again I use a Tim Holtz distressing ink to make it look old. And then that's the end of the first signature, and then this is the second. There's Evil Queen again with her red apples. And then just a bit of a collage with some white sorry silk, some lace, and a metal embellishment. And we've got a corner tuck here with another envelope, and then another printed A4, not A4, tea-dyed paper to journal on. I've done some more embossing on the corners, and then used some different types of acrylic shimmer, different journaling cards, and then just some really old vintage paper that I've had lying around. And we've got a big pocket, and again the Evil Queen. And this is one of my favourite pages. I used a tea-dyed piece of paper, and then I used white gesso, and then I transferred some images. I got some water, and then peeled the paper off, and it leaves like an impression of the ink. So I did that, and then I used a lot of Tim Holtz to distress it all, different colours, stamping, and some embossing, which these were actually red apples. And again, another tag what I've made using different types of leftover fabrics what I've got, and then embossed crown. And then we've got another embossing rose, and a little pocket here, and then I've just stamped some roses on. It can be little journaling. And then this has got you can seal this if you want to, or just leave it as it is. And I've got a big pocket here. You can tuck whatever you want in. A wax seal what I've made myself. And then there's 3 pockets, and then I've added Storybook is where they all live. They're all under a spell apparently, so I don't know who they are. Another journaling card, and then another journaling card. I've got a red apple, and then I use this thick card and just added a charm on it because it reminded me of the mirror, and then a rose bush. Again, just some leftover fabric that I've had with an embellishment on it. And then again, these are just some of the sayings from the Evil Queen. What I've added in, some journaling cards, and then this is a good journaling spot. An envelope with embossing on, and then just a black envelope. And then we've got a red apple, and then the Evil Queen holding one of her red apples, what she grows on a tree. Get it in the pocket. And then we've got the picture of the Evil Queen, and we've just got a couple of journaling cards. And I absolutely love a lot of images that I've found on Pinterest. A lot of the costumes are absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got some red ruffle that I've made, and I've added an apple charm. And that's the other side of the paper that I was telling you about. Lots of different types of shimmer mists. And then we've got Rumpelstiltskin. And I've added one of his quotes on some sorry silk. And then I made this into a shaker. Just thought it was quite fun just to make it into a shaker. Another card with some sorry silk, white sorry silk, and then just use some Tim Holtz shimmer in gold, I think it is, and then another journaling spot there, and that's the end of the second signature. This is the third, and then again Rumpelstiltskin, and I've just put his image on some tea dyed paper and stitched it on my sewing machine. And then I've used greens to fit in with Rumpelstiltskin, because at the beginning his face was all green from what I can remember. So I thought that was pretty cool. Some embossing. And then we have the Once Upon a Time book charm. And then just some journaling cards. And then this comes off and it unfolds into another journaling spot. And then on the other side it's an envelope that can just be taken off. And then another quote from Rumpelstiltskin. And I've got some lace, and then again I've ripped it to make it look old. And then got a big pocket here. And then I made a miniature journal. I painted in browns and then used different types of golds and bronze to create like just a shimmery oldie look. And I've added lots of different types of papers. And I didn't really want to hide this paint. I just thought it looked quite cool with the paint added on. So I just left it as it was because it just makes it look a bit more older. And that's in there. And then another red apple. And then this is another journaling card, and I've used scraps again of fabric and vintage buttons. And then we have the Queen again in her gorgeous outfits. journaling cards, and then another card that I used mist spray with. And then I added a mirror, and then used some wooden frames that I had to make it look like the mirror. So it is a mirror. Hi! You can see my phone there. And then this is a large pocket, and then I've got another miniature book, and it's on a key, and then I've embossed this because it reminds me of the magic mirror. And then again, it's just got different types of pages to journal on to come in the booklet. It just tucks in neatly there. And then I added a swan because there's someone in it called Bella. No, I don't think it's Bella Swan, because I think that's off Twilight. But I know there's someone who is something Swan. Don't quote me on it because I haven't watched the programme, so please bear with me on that one. But that's been embossed. And then just some more lace. And then I added Hook. I was unsure if he was a baddie in Once Upon a Time, but I just thought I'd add a page of him because I was unsure. So, and I know he gets married to someone Swan, so I just thought I'd add it. And then I have some more tuck pockets to journal on. More embossing, and then that's the end of the book. It's quite chunky, and I think I've added the charm, showed the charms. We've got the apple. Oh, we've got a rose because the evil queen likes to do her gardening. And then we have a small key there, and then obviously the Once Upon a Time charm. And then that is that. So that is the end of the Once Upon a Time journal. So thank you for watching, and I hope you like it. So thank you and goodbye.